Hello everybody, welcome back to Smugglers MMA. I'll be giving my UFC 329 reaction. What was that? Anyways, you know what? Let's just get straight into the first fight, which I kind of didn't watch. No, I'm kidding. I did not watch this fight at all. I thought the prelim started a little bit later than what was it, like 3:30? I thought it started like 4. That's on me, rookie mistake. But with that being said, Costa would get it done within the second round submission. Good for Costa. Really not too much to say here since I didn't watch this fight. um, Next matchup, Ryan Gandria versus Zachary Reese, where I predicted right Ryan Gandria. Gandria gets it done within the first round. Check left hook. Yeah, I mean, impressive by Gandria and called it. Really not much to say here, since I also didn't catch this fight. I saw the replay of it. So, yeah, that being said, next matchup is Farad Bashrat versus John Garzon. I actually did see most of this fight. I got it like in the middle of the second round at like 3 minutes. I thought Garzon looked really, really good in the second round and even like in some parts of the third. Yeah, really impressed by him. Bashar would, take him down and pretty much just win a 29, 28, 230, 27 decisions. I said he needed a finish to make a statement and, get somebody higher up in the rankings. I should have gone with a decision, but impressive by Bashra and Garza I mean, he's still very young, very solid, had very good body shots, kicks, here and there. Very solid boxing. Takedown defense, better than I expected. Very solid from both of them. So, yeah, good fight. That being said, our next matchup was Damon Pinos versus Cesar Almeida, where, like I predicted, Pinos gets a TKO, KO in the first round. The first, like, real shot that he landed puts him out. Let's just go to Almeida. Almeida is just he's 38, good kickboxer. Probably had a very lengthy career before this. Maybe just retire, maybe a little bit early to say that, but like, you're 38, not getting any younger. Chin, obviously not as there as it was. And Pinos very, very solid from him. Very patient, you know. The kicks were good. He did get taken down, which is kind of a cause for concern. But he is 24, still very young. Um, Maybe a little bit more of a step up. Maybe a grappler, like a grappler who can actually take a shot. And maybe throw it back. I don't even know who, to be honest. But yeah, very solid from both. Almeida was, looking pretty good before the knockout, was landing pretty good kicks. But yeah, the reach and the power of Pinos would put him out in the first. That being said, next matchup, Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong or Wang Tong, whatever you want to say. I'm just gonna call it Kong. Uh, but yeah, Kong would get it done within three. Decision. I don't know what Tracy Cortez was doing. You know, like her stand up. Obviously, I knew her stand up was not gonna be on the level of Kong's. But I thought that maybe she could mix into grappling, maybe take around, hold her against the cage, maybe try to go for a sub. I don't even know if she fully got her on the ground, and even if she did get her against like the cage, she didn't do anything with it with like her takedowns. And speaking of against the cage, Kong would get a 29-27 decision because of an illegal knee against the cage. But this really was just, like I said, if that point doesn't get taken away, 30-27, pretty much domination from Kong. And Cortez needs to get better striking or just become Hamza Chimaev, because that was just bad from her. And Kong did call out Valentina Shevchenko, excuse me. No, maybe one more fight then. I know you did beat her in kickboxing, but very early. She might end up like Zhang Wei Li, where she just gets laid on for a good 25 minutes. That being said, our next matchup was Luke Riley, mate. Sorry for that impression. Versus Kai Kamaka the third, where I was a little bit wrong in my prediction because Luke Riley would starch him in the first. I was saying that Kakamaka could take a shot. At lightweight, he was taking shots from Dakota Hope, who, Dakota Hope was, very fast, very powerful. It was knocking people out. But this is what was at featherweight. And, he got dropped in the first. And some people were fucking Joe Rogan. That's who it was. Joe Rogan was arguing with this. Okay, Joe Rogan, shut up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was unprofessional for me. But Joe Rogan was saying this was a bad stoppage. Did you want him to die? Did you want him to get more CTE? Like, I'm so confused. Anybody who says this wasn't a good stoppage or like a fair stoppage is just completely wrong. This guy was wobbling, wobbling. Like, he wasn't really defending himself. He was still getting hit. And I guarantee you, 2 or 3 more shots later, he would be like flatline KO'd. This guy might have like horrible CTE right after. Like, no, this was a fair stoppage. Impressive win by Luke Riley. Kai Kamaka, maybe just stay at lightweight. You are kind of a small lightweight, but at least didn't get KO'd this bad. Like, that was bad. Then again, variance. It was kind of Kai Kamaka did have a solid performance before him getting dropped and knocked out or standing TKO'd. You can see, as you guys can see on screen, the redness on Luke Riley's leg. There still is cause for concern of Luke Riley like this kind of standing in the pocket getting hit. But I mean, he hasn't got knocked out yet. He's undefeated, you know. So again, impressive by Luke Riley, and stoppage was fair. That being said, the next matchup, Cody Wash Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez, where Adrian Yanez would kill him within the first. Again, Cody, he came out strong. Pause. But after that, like, he got hit with a right, stunned him, and then he missed and then got hit with a right again. It was like a right, left, very beautiful from Yanez. Yeah, I mean, just solid performance from Yanez. And Cody, retire maybe. Like, what are you, 34? Like, you're still kind of young, but like, dude, you have no chin. You're very aggressive. You don't really move your head that much. Like, you're kind of just living off the Dominic Cruz performance. I get it. It was a great performance. The aura, him just shimming around, just whatever. You had the good performance against Dillashaw, then you got knocked out, and then you asked for the rematch, and you just fought with anger, got knocked out, and then ever since then, you just never been the same. And I think it's time to just realize what you are. You're just a guy like you're just not that guy. Maybe I'm rambling too long, but Cody, retire, please. I don't want to see this anymore. That being said, our next matchup was Gable Steveson versus Ellison. I'm not even going to pronounce his first name because I can't even pronounce the second name, to be honest with you guys. That being said, Gable would starch him the first round. I was really impressed with Gable. His stand-up was considerably better than what I was seeing in his earlier fights. I mean, he has only been in 3 fights. But the stomps, the teeps, the leg kicks. Don't try a high kick, please. Love of God. For the love of God, please don't try them. But aside from that, I think he was really good. He didn't really try to shoot as much as I thought he would. And his defense is a little bit cause for concern, but you could just say, oh, he was going for a finish. So, I mean, maybe he didn't play as technically as he would have if he faced like a more dangerous opponent. But, yeah, very solid from Gable. Like I said, man, he was very, very good on the feet, taking a page out of for the stomps out of John Jones. He does train with John. So, anyways, off topic. Ellison he looked good. Surprised me a little bit. I thought he was just gonna roll over and die. He didn't, so impressive by him. But yeah, very solid performance from Gable. First round TKO. Robert Whitaker versus Nikita Krylov. Um, yeah, I mean, just Robert Whitaker just knocks him out in the third. Breaks his jaw, and solid performance from Whitaker. The wrestling is a concern, but I don't think anybody at light heavyweight really knows how to wrestle. So again, maybe that's not a concern, I guess. But he is very kind of small for the division. Like I was saying before, everybody is kind of 6'2" and up. He was braving out his mouth very heavily in the first. So I am worried for Whitaker at light heavyweight. Um, that being said, very solid performance. Nikita Krylov says at this point he's a gatekeeper. Not really too much to expect from him. So yeah, I mean, solid performance from Whitaker. That being said, our next matchup. This is where I get pissed off too. Is Terrence McKinney versus Bobby Green. I don't know what happened in this fight. I could not tell you what happened in this fight. I thought McKinney was gonna kill him in the first, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should have just picked the first round, whatever. It happens. But that's just not what happened. Bobby Green, I guess, just invested in the body. I wasn't really seeing it. Maybe he did land some shots to the body, but it's not like I was seeing that a lot, or like seeing like it have an effect on Terrence McKinney. And people were screaming rigged, after, and I forgot even why I saw what it was calling rigged, but it just looked weird because Terrence McKinney was popping him for like the first 3 minutes, and that's the whole thing, is that he gets gassed really fast. He was trying to go for a sub, which probably tired him out a little bit more, but like this could honestly be a bad stoppage. And I know I was saying for the Kai Kamaka fight, do you want him to die? But like, I don't think McKinney was getting hit that hard. I saw some people saying that he kind of just rolled over and quit. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it was hurt to the body. He kind of just gave up. I I was really upset with this. I thought if they went to a second, Terrence maybe could have just recovered and starched him in the second. But impressive win by Bobby Green, I guess. I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, maybe you get ranked. You're not gonna do anything with it. You're like 40, so I guess solid for you. But yeah, that being said, our next fight was Brandon Royval versus Lana Calvin. This was a great fight. This brings a smile to my face. This was a great fight. Kavanaugh did drop him in the second. Was really good in the second, but I mean, aside from that, Royval was kind of he won in the third by sub, and in the first he was doing his thing. He was using the jab, using the range really well, getting just out of range just for Kavanaugh's like kicks and everything, his punches until the second round. But even after getting dropped in the second round, he recovered very well. You know, maybe I wouldn't say winning that second round, but like he still was giving Kavanaugh really good shots. And in the third, he would stun Kavanaugh, get him to the ground. Was it a guillotine he almost had before this, or it was an arm triangle? I think it was. Um, and yeah, he almost had that, but he ended up getting the rear naked. Very solid performance from Brandon Royval and Kavanaugh, even though Kavanaugh did lose. Um, Maybe work on the wrestling a little bit more. Stick to, don't try a high kick, please. You're just too short. Some people are just too short to do high kicks. Okay, you just need to accept it. But do I think Royval is gonna do much after this? No. I mean, you got starched by Van. You got murdered by Cop. You already got beat by Pantoja. I don't really think there's too much for you to do. I kind of think you're just a person that if they beat you, then you're contending for the title. So maybe who knows, man? Maybe if you like face like Horiguchi, that would kind of be interesting. Yeah, or maybe Tyra, him versus Tyra. I think that could be interesting. If Tyra warrants some head movement. I'm just kind of choosing Japanese fighters who are coming off losses here, guys. But I'm kidding. But I'm a bias. These are very. I mean, I think you don't beat Kavanaugh and then immediately get a title shot. I don't even. Yeah, you need one or two more wins, but solid performance from both of them. That being said, next matchup, of course, Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. Kind of long story short, but yeah, Mario would get it done. Unanimous decision, 29-28. Um, what was it like? At the end of the first, he had like was it a knee ball or like a leg or something at the end of the first round. Sorry, guys, I'm not too experienced on techniques on all of them yet. But it injured Sandhagen, and you guys saw him limping at the end of the first. And I would like to say from that point on, Mario dominated. He didn't, you know, and that pissed me off because I picked him to win 29-28, which is what he won by. But I think he could have won by 30-27 or maybe ended up with a finish. But he didn't. He kind of took the second round off. Corey was hitting him with nice shots, but I think it was at the end or in the third. Mario stuns him, gets him down, tries to go for a sub, doesn't get it, and really just kind of coasts a little bit to decision. I don't really know what you do with Mario next. I don't think you give him. I mean, I think O'Malley's probably just waiting for a title shot. Rob is gonna face Yan. Umar's already got a fight against Yadong. Should we give him Bashra, bro? No, I'm kidding. That's the slime out. Uh, yeah, very solid performance though from both. Sadly, I think Corey's he's done with a few injuries. I think he's just like I said. I think he already peaked. It's sad, but I think he did. Uh, like I said, very still even with his injury, very solid performance from Corey, and a solid performance from Batista. That being said, we have our co-main event: Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint-Denis. This is where like I predicted this, but I also didn't. Paddy Pimblett subs him in the first round. I I actually I have no words to describe this. It's a very solid one from Paddy. You beat the God of War. Then again, the God of War is a dumbass. You shoot, okay, that's fine. Why are you putting your whole head into his arm for a guillotine? Very solid from Paddy though to like cinch it up, roll with him. Very beautiful from him. BSD. I have no words for you. I no words from you. Um, yeah, I mean that's all I really can say on this fight. Paddy wins by BSD being BSD, and I picked BSD to win in the third round by like TKO, and I said in my prediction, I said I won't be surprised. Well, maybe Paddy will get a sub because BSD's just a dumbass, and that's exactly what happened. All those months of training to get subbed within the first round within a minute. Or in a minute and 9 seconds, whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, moving on. Our main event. Oh god. Lord help me. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, where long story short, Conor McGregor would injure himself before the fight. They showed it in the inspection wasn't that what Conor McGregor was kind of limping. I just got a text message from Colin saying that maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. I, I I picked Connor to win. Look at me now, ladies and gentlemen. We're like 9-4 on this. Um, I thought maybe Connor looks good in the first. Maybe he just looks good in the first and he loses. Okay, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine. But to not even get anything, anything from this, you know, like he's. They said to redo it or to do a Max Holloway versus Connor for for money. He made a joke, whatever. I no Max, please go back to lightweight. Connor, as much as I love you, no homo. Retire, please. Um, just please be sober. Don't crash out. Don't do anything for the next years. Whatever. Just don't do anything. Just have a good family life. Okay, that's what I want for you, Max. What I want for you. Go back to lightweight. Fight like Mauricio Huffy. Fight Patty Pimlet. Fight somebody. Fight BSD. Fight fight somebody. Just I, I why? Just why? Why? Anyways, that is all from me. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the UFC 329 in the comments. I thought it was a great card. Um, from I guess I can't say from start to finish, but from my start to finish, it was a very, very, really good card. Lots of finishes, even in the main event, I guess. Um, let me know what you think Max Holloway should do. Let me know what you think Patty Pimblett should do. I think Patty could face Ilya at the end of the year. I mean, he didn't really take any damage. Um, I don't know about the rematch against Justin. You did beat, BSD, but I mean, now we're just gonna say it's BSD. He's a retard. I'm sorry, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. He's special. He's a special person. He's a special person. I did not mean any. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye.